Hey guys, I just want to share with you one more tool that I learned at METC that I was able to use today because it's that easy. It's called paperrater.com, and there's no login or anything like that. All it is a free online proofreading tool for the kids to use as a supplement, of course, to like conferencing and whatnot. And it's it checks grammar, spelling, word choice, vocabulary, things like that. So I thought it was a really cool tool for especially my high kids who are constantly looking for that feedback from me, and it's like a little wearing. This was a good way for them to get a ton of feedback, and even things that went over their head and they're like, what's a passive sentence? It was interesting for them to kind of start figuring those things out that are beyond 6th grade. So anyway, you just go to paperrater.com and click use now free. All you have to do is copy and paste the text into this box. You have to give it a title. For example, here's one of my kids' rough drafts, and then I just copy and paste that here. And then, okay, don't need to do works cited. And for grade level, I actually had them do 9th grade because in 9th grade, it'll give you, if you click 9th grade, it'll give you an actual letter grade. And I found that if you did 6th grade, it doesn't do that. And as far as I could tell, the feedback was about the same. So it wasn't like really fancy feedback that they gave you in 9th grade compared to 6th grade. But they really liked that letter grade, and they liked trying to improve it and things like that. So I just did 9th grade. And I just did essay. There's a lot of different choices though, like letter and blog post and things like that. And then you just type in these letters to make sure you're not a robot, and then click the box and then click get report. It will take 30 seconds or so, but I've already loaded it, so I'm going to go ahead and go to, it'll show you, once you've clicked get report, it'll show you a screen like this. And you can click through on these different tabs and see different things. So for example, she didn't have any spelling errors, but you can click through next here and just look at these different tabs. And there's things like word choice, like bad phrase score, which you want to be low. And really, I've I've skimmed these tabs, but I think it's really important that the kids just kind of look for that feedback, and they can, whatever they get out of it. So here, for example, with sentence length, she saw, this girl who wrote this paper, she saw that her average length was 21 words per sentence. And then down here it says most appropriate average English sentence length is 15 to 20 words. So she actually went back and shortened hers, and her score went up, which was kind of cool. And she was like super excited about that. Anyway, then if you just click next, click through, it'll give the kids a lot of feedback. Like I said, a lot of it is over their head, but it's really good for those kids who want to go beyond what they're learning in 6th grade and want to become better writers. So it's a ton of feedback, good tips for those kids who want all that feedback. But yeah, just click through and look at the different stuff. Like here is vocabulary, and it did say that it could benefit from greater usage of vocabulary words, but then it gives you some tips there at the bottom. Then it'll give you a grade, and she's a very high writer, but she did actually get a 90 based on the high school, based on like a 9th grade grading scale. And then it does give you a disclaimer that says it's not grading meaning, it's not grading ideas and things like that. It's just grading style and word choice and structure and things like that. So I definitely told my kids that before they started using it. But I really liked it today. It was just, like I said, really good for those kids who are constantly wanting that feedback. And it was just a really good overall view. And they went, like this girl her grade started at an 88, and she went through and changed a bunch of stuff, and she plugged it back in, and she was really excited because it went up to an A. So as long as they know that it's, based on those, just a few categories, I feel like it's a really good tool for the kids to use. So anyway, I just thought I'd share paperrater.com, and I'll put that link in my email too. So anyway, thanks for listening.